With sugar and spice and a roll of the dice, you're listening to The Dice Girls. Hey everyone, it is the Dice Girls, and we are having our first recording session since before the holidays. We took a break, a much needed, much loved break for the holidays, and now we're back and ready to hop right back in again. And before we get started, I'm gonna pass it on over to Kim, who has an announcement to make.
Hi, it's me. I am retiring from the Dice Girls, so this is going to be my last session, and I don't want to cry, but I probably will anyway, so that's okay. Anyway, yeah, I think it's just time for me to, I don't know, pull out my rocking chair, kind of sit on the veranda and just, watch the world go by and just rest a little bit. If I didn't have anxiety, I mean, it would be easy breezy cover girl. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I think it will be a lot of fun for you three to get to play when mom's not in the room. I just think it will be so much more fun.
What do you think is going to be different? Do you think that we're suddenly gonna, I don't know,
you're gonna turn into like vicious murder hobos?
Yeah. Oh, mom's not in the room.
Turns out Kim has been the linchpin this whole time that is holding us together, of keeping us from being just monsters.
We're vicious when mom's not in the room.
It's brutal.
No, I think I'm thinking more along the lines of I'm super on edge, and that doesn't help the dynamic sometimes.
Oh, I don't think it comes across. Okay. But
I'm good at masking, so
I hear you, girl. We are super we're devastated. We're gonna miss you so much. And I'm super glad that we have one more session together.
Yes.
So
definitely.
I also don't want to cry, but we'll probably cry.
I'll just be right upstairs.
Yes.
I'll just be right upstairs if you need me. And so here's something fun. Alexa's in the driver's seat this morning.
I am. I'm at the helm.
Oh.
Yeah, she is doing all the recording for our part, and she did it like a pro.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm surprised. It's she's so smart and she catches on so fast. So yeah, so I'm super excited.
That is exciting.
I'm not excited that I'm leaving.
No.
I feel bad. I didn't mean that. I'm excited that she's getting to run the show.
Yes. I should have noticed that your guys' backgrounds were switched. Normally Alexa had those stripes behind.
Yeah, she's in the driver's seat. I'm over here I'm just here for the ride.
Love it. Well, I'm so grateful for all the time we did have together, and I am also looking forward to seeing what's next for us. It's gonna be a big change, but we're ready for it. We're gonna keep on moving forward.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we haven't even we took a break from the Dice Girls over the holidays, but we also didn't really talk very much in the group chat or keep up with each other. So I think the first thing I want to ask everyone is how's life? What's going on? What's new?
Do we have anything new going on?
Let's see. I'm sure we do. The cat almost died.
What?
Yeah, she okay, poor little thing. I was just thinking, because Milo, he has a sensitive stomach, so he gets sick quite a bit. And I was just thinking, I'm so glad the cat never gets sick. then the very next day she gets sick. And I won't tell you what was happening, but I was having to follow her around and clean up. And it was the day before Christmas Eve. And I was talking to her and telling her, please don't die on the holidays. Your mom she'll never be able to celebrate the holidays again. And I was trying to do energy work on her. I was trying to do like laying on hands and all that, but she got better.
She pulled through.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was at work that night, and I was like mentally preparing myself to come home and see that my cat was gone.
Oh no.
No.
But that didn't happen.
Good.
So it was a joyous holiday.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a great holiday.
A holiday miracle.
Because she turns 12 this year, so
Oh,
it's
wow.
kind of up in the air whenever she gets sick.
Oh,
Yeah.
poor thing.
And we didn't have to turn her into a drone either.
What?
I found this guy. Okay, this is so bizarre.
What?
There's this guy.
The mental image that I have right now is so bad.
Whatever mental image you're picturing, I promise you it is 1,000 times worse, like actually watching the video.
Yeah, there's this guy in the Netherlands. I think he's in the Netherlands.
I don't remember.
And his cat died, and he wanted to find a way to honor her, so he mummified her and turned her into a drone, like stretched out her arms and legs, and each foot has a propeller on it, and then he takes it through town and flies her around. Yeah.
No.
Like a flying
Yes.
squirrel pose? Like,
Yes.
oh no.
Yeah, it's on YouTube if you want to go search it up.
Yeah.
I don't know
And
if
I
I
think the title of the video is "Would you turn your cat into a drone?"
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
And so
don't-
now I think people send him taxidermied animals for him to turn into drones,
He's
and
done
it's
it. He did. Didn't he do an ostrich or something? It was
something
huge.
crazy like
Something
yeah,
huge.
yeah.
Yeah. So then I got the idea that when I die, I think it would be super cool.
That's how she
No.
introduced this to me. She was like, "This is what I want you to do when I die," and then played me the YouTube video, and I'm just sitting there like shell shocked, like literally almost in tears because I was like, "This is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life." Because then I'm picturing her as this drone, and
it would be so cool because then people could fly me around town and take me to events like at the park and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
So
I mean, if would it have voice lines?
Oh, it could speak.
I need to record them now before I go.
Record it, pre-record it.
This is not happening.
I think it
Oh,
needs
poor
voice
Alexa.
lines before we can even consider
Yeah.
it.
and then I was like my brother would also not consent to this being like your death plan.
Yeah.
And so she texted him and he was like, "Yeah, haha, like
That sounds pretty cool.
that sounds pretty cool."
Because I just texted him, "Hey, important question. When I die, I want to be mummified and turned into a drone. Like my hands and feet would have propellers on them, and people would fly me around. Are you okay with that?" And then he just wrote back, "Oh yeah, that sounds pretty cool." So
Oh my god.
And I felt betrayed. Like,
I bet.
am I the only sane person in this family?
oh,
I think,
gosh.
I don't think it was maybe properly conveyed over text just how.
No, she didn't even send him the link of the video. I think if he had watched the video, he might have changed his answer. But
That seems like important context.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed.
So
that's
would
what
your hands,
that's what we've been up to.
your hands hold propellers, right? Your feet like a belly flop, right? Like your
Yes,
Yes.
belly flop. So the propellers would
spread
be
spread
on
eagle.
the back of my hands, and then on my heels, I would imagine would be for the feet.
Right.
And
Right.
then you just have to hope it's not a windy day,
And then-
because I'd probably have a lot of lift, I would think.
Would there be like cameras in your eyes?
Or like in her mouth or something.
Yes.
No.
Yes. So then we had so here's the thing. So we had this conversation that if I was turned into a drone, no, I asked Alexa, I said if you were turned into a drone, who would be your drone pilot? And she said my brother is the only one I could think of who I would trust, or his best friend Seth, who's also really, good at that kind of stuff. So here's a question for you ladies. If you were turned into a drone, who would be your pilot? Who would be your drone pilot? Who would you trust with your...
That's such a great question. Alexa's
Do I have to? Do I have to?
No, you don't have to. You
Do I
might
have
want
to
just...
Be
You might
a
want to
drone.
just think about it and be prepared, and because this is the kind of idea that like grows on you. You might wake up a week from now and go, you know what? Hey,
No, it's been like 2 months and I am still not on board.
I've had a pretty solid death plan since like high school that like I've never actually changed.
Oh.
So okay, here's mine. It's not drones. I want to be I want to be cremated, and then I want to be mixed with glitter. Like I want my ashes to just be mixed with so much glitter. And then separated into a bunch of little baggies and then passed out like party favors at my funeral. And then everybody can do whatever they want with their little part of the ashes and glitter.
That's awesome.
I love the idea that this just sounds like almost like a little kid's birthday party or something where at the end they get like a little party favor bag and it's got like candy and somebody's ashes and a little like twirly thing.
A little party blower.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's
You just-
lovely.
Slip the ashes in
Yeah, just,
next to the Smarties.
Yeah. Don't get them mixed up, though. That's a bad time. Oh. But I do like the hypothetical question of who would be your drone pilot, because, like, as like horrifying as the image is, the question is essentially asking, like, who would you trust to handle you if you couldn't be there to do it?
And
Right.
I that's a great way to frame that question. But what I immediately thought was like, whose garage am I gathering dust in?
Oh no!
Oh,
That
storage would be an issue.
storage
shed.
would be an
I have a shed, so we could just all be stored in the shed.
But someone has to go out to that shed and open the door and look you in the face every time.
Oh, but it would be sideways probably, so you wouldn't. I don't think you'd be looking directly in their eyes
Like some sort of...
because they'd have to stack them.
Yeah.
No.
Are they posable, like, or are they just stuck in spread eagle position? Like,
it's stuck.
Yeah, because it's like
we're
full like
mummified.
taxidermy.
Yeah, we're mummified.
that is a storage.
Yeah.
So, like, tall and, like,
So you
Yeah.
you couldn't like double as a scarecrow in your downtime.
oh, I guess you probably could.
I mean, you could. You just
That's
have
a
like
perfect
propellers on your hands and stuff.
You could put gloves over the propellers.
Right. Or like glue like wheat on top of it to make it look like you're,
Oh no!
Or the
Put you out like
The
decoration.
propellers are removable.
you have different outfits
The
for different
propellers are
holidays.
removable.
No.
Like
Yes.
the porch goose.
What's the porch goose?
What's a plotch goose?
What?
What?
What's a plotch goose?
A porch? A porch goose? A porch?
What's a porch goose?
Oh my gosh. A porch goose is a cement like goose that a lot of people have as like porch decorations, and they come.
Yeah.
You can buy like different outfits for it and dress it up throughout the year, and like people get
Oh.
really into their porch geese.
I didn't know you could dress them up. My
No.
grandparents had those, and like the little porch frogs too. That like
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
those were cement,
Yeah.
but they didn't dress them up.
Oh. But yeah, so.
Hang on. Okay, like nobody walked in behind me, right?
No.
Like, that started
didn't
playing
see
on its
anybody.
own.
Creepy.
There's just a video open over there, and I'm sorry, do we need to clap or something?
Oh my
Maybe
gosh.
it was your Roomba. Do you think
What's
your
that?
Roomba went over there? Did your Roomba go over there? What was his name?
I
Kevin?
don't think so.
Was it Kevin? I don't
Gary?
think Gary.
Gary.
It was
That's
Gary.
right.
Wait, isn't that SpongeBob snail?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oops. I need to get him a little Halloween costume.
That would be adorable.
But no, he's not running right now, so that was just a ghost.
Like you do.
Played that video. Yeah, it just happens. Never. This is the first time.
And we caught it on camera.
Maybe it's somebody who's listening in and is like, I would like to be turned into a drone, so they're trying to get your attention.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know where their body is until you even start. Or maybe they just don't like porch geese. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh.
That could be.
I
Do you
was
have
thinking
a
about
porch
getting
goose,
some.
Becca?
No.
I don't. I just know a lot about them for some reason.
A lot about them.
I guess there's not much to know.
Porch
They're geese.
Goose ambassador.
They're geese and they live on porches. I don't even know anyone that has one. I think it's just an internet thing I picked up.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like I want to say it's a pretty common like southern decor.
I would imagine, yeah. And like probably
I've
there's probably porch geese here in the Midwest.
I would imagine there would have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've
I
gotta
mean, when
be
I
more
hear
popular than
porch
flamingos.
goose, porch geese, I do, like, my mind automatically goes to the Midwest,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the kind
Yeah.
of thing the Midwest would do.
Or
Yeah.
or the upper right hand corner, what's that called?
The Northeast?
Yeah. Yeah, like
Like Maine and that?
yeah, yeah,
okay, yeah.
Oh yeah, I can. Like
New
the-
England?
New England, that's the one I was looking for. Thank you.
I think of them as the little states in my mind for some reason. I
Right,
can never
yeah,
remember
yeah.
New England, so I'm just like the little ones.
It's like the crumbs at the bottom of a bag.
Oh.
That's New England.
Oh, we're gonna get mail about that one.
No!
That was like pure poetry.
Okay, but I don't mean that in a bad way. Please don't clip it and put it on anywhere. So out of context.
It's just it, Ashley from the Dice Girls.
It's you just put me on blast. And all I did was call the New England states crumbs. But wait, let me explain. Imagine you have a bag of cookies. You ran out of cookies. It's just the crumbs at the bottom, and you get to dump them all in your mouth at once. It's like the best.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like getting one big mega cookie that that just it's like the perfect punctuation on that bag of cookies. I'm done.
Oh, that was so good though.
Was that a good save? Did I save?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dusting off those improv skills.
They're rusty. They're dusty.
Fair. I think all of us. Crusty, musty, rusty, dusty.
Very.
So, what have you all been like reading and listening to and watching and playing? I want to hear about that stuff. Anything good?
Well, we just did a Lord of the Rings marathon. That was really fun. I took like a week off from work and we did a movie a day starting with The Hobbit. And on the day that we watched Return of the King, we had finished the very last day of our marathon. It was Tolkien's birthday.
Oh, did you plan that?
Yeah, and we had it was completely coincidental.
It was wild.
It was
That's awesome.
Like if we had tried to plan it, something would have gone wrong and we wouldn't have finished on the correct day. But it was, and we didn't realize until like hours after we had finished the last movie.
On my computer, and my computer has some of those little tidbits of the day, and it said, and I saw the Hobbit house, and I thought, okay, well, it's been listening to us talk about the Hobbit, Lord of the Rings for 7 days, but then I looked at it, it said Tolkien's birthday. It's like, wow,
that's so cool.
So what day was that? When's his
3rd.
birthday?
The 3rd. January 3rd.
January 3rd. I'll never forget it now.
Cool.
That's awesome. I love that. What about you, Ash? What have you been playing or reading or watching or listening to?
So I've been playing a few games, actually. It's
Mm.
weird. I couldn't get into Stardew Valley until now. I'm into Stardew Valley. So I have like 100 hours on a game now. So I think I did it.
Yeah, you did.
I think I played Stardew Valley. I picked up a few games from the Steam sales that were going on over the holidays. So I also got Cult of the Lamb, which is a super cute, it's like creepy cute, you know, a little disturbing but adorable execution type of game. And that one sucked me in for a really long time too. It's so cute.
Like you're executing lambs? Is that what you mean?
You are a lamb. You are a lamb, and
Okay.
you run a cult. And
That's cute.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's cuter than it sounds.
I mean, it sounds adorable, to be honest.
There is some optional ritual sacrifice if you so choose. And it's like for the good of the cult, like it gives you bonuses or boosts, which
Oh, wow.
might be helpful at the time. Yeah, so it depends on like what kind of ritual you choose, but you could, you know, you might be able to feed everyone else, or you know, like some other way to like gather resources or something like that. It's actually been like a month or two since I played it all like at once. Like in the span of a week, like I just clocked a bunch of hours. So but I highly recommend it to anyone who likes that sort of like you know, like the creepy cute aesthetic, and like it has what do you call it, roguelike sections. So like either you're at your place, you know, taking care of your cult, or you're out adventuring, and that's the roguelike areas where like you know, you go out and you like dungeon crawl and gather resources so you can come back and take care of your cult and then go back out and get them resources again, like, you know, so you're building it up, and it's really cute and fun. And I also started playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Oh, sweet.
I got it for Christmas.
Yay!
Nice.
I have like 10 different save files.
Yep.
And the furthest I've gotten is like I'm in the middle of Act 2 on my main file where I'm playing with 2 other people. And what did we last do? It's been like a week. I wish I could call out the moon tower. What's it called? Moon shrine.
Oh, yes.
Moonsville.
Why am I blanking on it?
It's like the moon tower or something, but it's got a much more elegant version of that name. I think that's the last thing that we did. So I don't know
Moonrise.
how far. I don't know how far into Act 2 that is. I have no concept of like how far into the game I am. But I love it. It's a blast. So I get it now. I get it. I'm part of the club.
That's great. Have you ran into any names that have you ran into who's the one we loved so much?
Living Large Timbo.
No.
All of the names, every single name is from Act 3.
Okay.
Cause it's like before you get to Baldur's Gate, it's like every character has like a regular fleshed out name, but once you're in a city with just tons of people, then it's like they just hit the random name generator because there's just a bunch of people.
Got it.
Okay. Because I have been looking out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these are normal names. This guy's name is Will, you know?
Yeah.
You're gonna live in large.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not living large at all, actually. So I haven't met anyone who's living large, I don't think.
I mean, really, neither is Timbo, because he's dead when you meet him. So nobody is living large.
Have you tried? Okay, but did you try Speak with the Dead on Living Large Timbo? Does Timbo have stories?
I don't remember. I feel like I did, but I cannot remember if I did or not. I think in one of my files, I'm in Act 3, so I'll have to try that.
Do you also have like one file that's like super far along and then all the other ones are like still in Act 1?
Well, so like I only have, there's like my first file where I got to Act 3, but then I realized I had made like so many wrong choices and I had messed everything up. And so I abandoned that one and I deleted it to make more room for my saves. And then there's one, I think I've only completed one I've completed it twice. And then I've got another one that I'm in Act 3 on, and then another one where I just got to Act 3. So I try to complete try to do it all the way through, but then I get to Act 3 and I get overwhelmed and then I abandon ship.
I see. That's kind of what I'm scared of, is that I'm gonna hit Act 3 and be like, oh no, I did everything wrong, because I'm already like that. Like I'll already on just like a regular RPG that doesn't have multiple choices or anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get close to what would be Act 3 or like close to the end of the game and be like, I want to start over and do it more efficiently this time. And I don't know why, but I do it, and then I never beat a game because I just keep starting them over.
Right.
And Baldur's Gate 3 is like, it's gotta take like 100 hours just to get to Act 3. I don't know how long I've been playing, but that's what it feels like.
I think I got my first like full playthrough. I think I got to Act 3 in like 68 hours or something.
What?
So
does that include your character creation time?
I don't think so.
That would have been like 3 days, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
If it's the total time, it does count it. I've noticed. Because I have some save files that like I start on, or like I like you load up the game far enough that you can save it. And one of them's like almost 2 hours, and one of them's like 20 minutes. So I also black out in the character creator.
Yeah.
I also blacked out in the mods menu. I spent like 2 hours in there and didn't came out the other side and was like, what happened? Where am I?
Yeah. They just added mods to console. And we've only got like 8 pages of mods so far, last I checked, because they have to go through like a different screening process to be like approved for console. But just through those 8 pages, I've spent like hours just like going through each one to see if it was something that I wanted or not.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. It's a time sink.
It is.
You'll just look up and it's like next week. Anyway, that's what I've been doing.
What about you, Becca?
Oh, I've been, gosh, let's see. So I've been playing Minecraft again. I'm a very
Nice.
cyclical kind of comfort game person. Like it's hard for me to get into new games. Instead, I'll want to go like revisit games again. And I found a Minecraft server that is someone made a replication of Earth. And so like
Yes.
it doesn't have the buildings or anything. It's just all the landscapes and
No.
it's tiny. It's like not as big at all. But I've been playing so much on that server. Like I have built a little house approximately where Paige would be. And I built like a welcome to Las Vegas sign, like approximately where Las Vegas would be.
Oh.
Nice.
And then I thought it was so cute because then I made my main like home base. I made it around this area in Indiana, like just a little south of Lake Michigan. And I thought it was so cool because I ran into a guy who was just running around in the same area and he's like, "Oh, I'm from Chicago."
What?
Yeah. He's like, "I'm from Chicago and that's why I'm building here." And I'm like, "Oh, I also am from this area." And I just thought that was so like adorable and so very human to like have a server in front of us that was like the whole world and we still wind up going to the place we know the best.
Aw.
Yes.
I thought that was really like wholesome and cute. And so like I love it and I've just been enjoying it so much and playing it. You know how you talk about blacking out, Ashley?
Yeah.
I look around and I'm like, it's 6 p.m. What? Where has the day? Where's the day gone?
Minecraft is a super easy game to black out on too.
It really is. Yeah, but it's a lot of fun. I've met some cool like other players in there, which is really cool because I'm not usually into like multiplayer video games. Like I prefer to do my own thing.
Right.
Same.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's been a lot of fun. And
Cool.
as far as watching, I have been obsessed with Wicked. Anybody Wicked? Anybody? No.
I haven't seen it yet.
No. Sorry.
You know,
Is it good?
it's so good, but I'm a huge fan. Like, I've loved it for a long time. And so, like, oh, it's been so cool seeing the movie and, like, seeing it on the big screen. And I don't know. I just love it. I think they did an amazing job. And, like, all the songs are amazing. And, oh, it's just so good. And I have a slight, like, hyperfixation.
Well, so did they change things up for the movie, or is it largely the same as the show, like the songs and everything?
So the songs are like it's all the same songs. They changed like a couple of riffs here and there and stuff like that. Like stylistically, the singers made choices of their own to like turn the songs more into theirs, which I really like. And then I feel like the movie did a really good job of like staying true to the onstage production. Like they did a really good job of capturing like sometimes even direct dialogue like from the stage show to the movie. It was really close. They did a really good job with it.
Nice.
Nice.
And then like
A labor of love.
Yes, it was a labor of love. And I was gonna say the one I like there's a million facts in my head about it. The one fact that I will share, otherwise I'll be talking about it for 30 minutes, is that they didn't use CGI. They like built the sets. They used practical effects. They built everything. There's like in the beginning it flies over this this huge field of tulips. They planted over, I think it was like 9 million tulips. Like real actual.
Wow.
They built a full-size functioning train, like to take them to Oz. Like they built it, a 16-ton train, and like they used practical effects and they built all their sets, and I love that so much.
That makes me want to watch it, because I've already wanted to watch it, but that really is exciting.
It's really good. I think they did a great job with it. What about you, Kim? Have you been reading or playing or watching anything?
Let me tell you a little something about my new best friend, Mel Robbins. I don't know if you've heard of her.
I have now. I have extensively at this point.
I feel like I know who Mel Robbins is, but only barely.
Yeah,
Tony
she has
Robbins.
a podcast. Well, she has a YouTube channel. She has a podcast. She's written books. She's the world's leading expert on motivation and change, and so she's really good at helping people build positive habits and stuff. And so one of my favorite things is she has this thing called the high five habit. And I'm wondering if the three of you would be willing to try this, because it's been really, really strange for me. Because when I look in the mirror, first of all, I'm shocked that this older woman is looking back at me. It's like, who are you? And so I always avoid looking in the mirror because I don't want to see her, kind of thing. It's kind of disturbing. So I just don't make eye contact. I know, isn't that sad? And so,
Yeah.
so what Mel Robbins was saying is that's you are rejecting yourself. So she said, you get up in the morning and like you have to build it into a habit, like tie it to brushing your teeth or some. As soon as you go to the bathroom in the morning, you just put your hand up to the mirror and smile, give yourself a high five, and I just say good morning. And so at first it was awkward and it felt uncomfortable because I'm looking myself in the eye and I'm acknowledging me. And I've been doing this for about a month now, and I'm going to cry. But when I look in the mirror, I see this beautiful person. Like, it's like, how could I have thought that I'm like ugly? You know what I mean? Unattractive and old. I'm picturing myself as this crone, you know, like. But now when I greet myself and do that high five, it's like I look great. Good morning. I just said good morning. So, anyway, if you want to try it, it takes a while to build it into a habit, but it has completely changed how I feel about myself.
Nice.
So, yeah. So that's just one of her. Yeah, that's just one of her. I mean, every night when I'm listening to her podcast, it's like, oh my God, are you kidding me?
Yeah. Anytime she has something to tell me, she'll always say, so my best friend Mel Robbins. And it reminds me so much every time of Chris Traeger in Parks and Rec. His therapist, Dr. Richard Nygaard. He's like, ow. Every time I see Chris Traeger, Dr. Richard Nygaard.
I love that. I love that tip so much. Like when you started telling me, or like telling us, talking about it, sorry, I'm having trouble finding words right now. That is something that the first counselor I ever was able to go to, that's what she told me to do, was because I hated myself. I thought all the same things. I thought I was ugly and horrible and useless and she told me, she was like, you're literally training your brain to believe that these things are true, and it's actually changing your real perception of yourself. Like, scientifically, it's changing how you view yourself because your eyes believe what your brain tells them they're seeing. And if you're telling your brain you're looking at something ugly, then your eyes are going to start physically just taking that shortcut and be like, oh, this is an ugly thing. Because we don't interpret that information new every time. Our eyes take the shortcut that our brain tells us. And so it really truly is, you're telling your eyes what they're looking at. And so she told me that to do that, stand in the mirror, basically. She didn't do the high five, but I love that. She said just like literally you have to look yourself in the eyes and you have to say nice things about yourself. And she said it's going to feel so stupid. It's going to feel dumb and cheesy and awful. And it's going to feel like you're lying to yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to push through that, and you have to do this, or you're never going to like learn to love who you are. And that literally was like a turning point in my life. That practice changed my life. Like,
wow.
That was the first time I ever loved myself and ever like learned.
Oh my gosh.
It really, I was, not to get too heavy because whatever, but I was in a bad marriage at that time and thought I deserved to be there. And doing that in the mirror is what gave me the self-esteem to say, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to be treated like this. I have to get out. And like that, so it literally changed the course of my life. So like, I will second that recommendation. It will actually change your life, like for real. I highly recommend it.
Question.
Yes.
Question. How? I have 2 questions, but it might kind of be one question. How long is the awkward phase at the beginning? And what do the bad days look like? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you get up and it's the absolute last thing you could ever want to do. And I don't know, like, I guess that's the question.
That's totally
For
fair.
me, it took about a week, just like 7 days of it. And it wasn't like super, super uncomfortable. It just felt kind of odd, making eye contact with myself. And then there was that one day when I went in there and I looked at myself, and it's like, all of a sudden I saw myself as I really am. And it's like, how could I have looked at myself that way? And I just told myself, hey, I'm really sorry.
Oh, I love that.
How about you, Becca? How long did it take you? You probably you were dealing with a lot more.
I was gonna say I was pretty rough on myself. It took a little longer. The feelings, it was awkward. And then I think the main feeling I remember feeling is thinking like, this feels stupid. Like, this feels so cheesy. And it took the cheesy feeling probably a couple weeks for me to go away. Because it does feel cheesy. It does. And then as far as the bad days, for me, the bad days were me looking at myself and saying like, I'm beautiful. And then my brain immediately, you're lying. That's a lie. You're not. That's not true. Those were the bad days where like, literally I was so conditioned to think bad thoughts about myself that like, even telling myself, hey, you're pretty rad, my brain immediately was like, no, you're not. That's baloney. And so those were kind of the bad days. But having the warning that was going to happen ahead of time really helped me like think my way through it. Because if you know that that's going to happen, and you can be like, no, you're actually full of baloney brain. Like,
right.
Actually. And some days it is really hard to fight back with that voice. And some days it's like, it's really hard. And I will say that it was very helpful to me that I had a friend at the time who like helped keep me accountable, because I also would like joke about myself depreciatingly or like make negative comments about myself a lot. And she was very helpful in like getting me to break that habit of saying like, nope, that's not true. That's just not true. And like helping me to like retrain the way that I talked about myself. That was very helpful to have that like accountability partner there. Was really helpful for me too.
And I think you can, like, for me, just doing the high five habit, I'm just high fiving myself and making eye contact smiling, saying good morning. So I wasn't dealing with the I'm lying to myself. I don't really believe that. I came to believe that I'm beautiful after doing the high five thing. So I didn't have to deal with that. Oh, you're such a liar and all that.
Right.
So it's kind of like a shortcut
Yeah.
to get there on your own.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you both.
Yeah.
I guess it's just like, I don't know. The cheese is definitely the biggest sticking point for me, I think. So
but it goes away, and then it's kind of fun. I look forward to seeing myself in the morning.
Nice.
It does. It becomes a happy little ritual.
See, that's what I want. I feel like my mornings are such a drag. I'm not a morning person at all, and I just feel like if I could just, even if my morning is like slow and I don't know, not as productive as I think it's supposed to be or whatever, something hustle culture, and, you know, like at the very least, if I could like start my day off on the right note, you know, then that it's like it's all downhill from there, right? Like it makes the rest of your day so much easier, no matter
right?
what.
Yeah, I think
Is it all?
Well, okay, I've always been confused about that phrase because I can see it both ways.
Now that I think about
Because
it,
going downhill is
It's all-
way easier.
It is easier.
Yeah,
to go
it's all
downhill.
downhill. It's
I
all downhill.
never thought
It's
about
easier.
it that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then why do we say I'm really going downhill?
Yeah, when things are going bad, we say they're going downhill.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, but it's an uphill battle.
Oh no!
Right. Yeah.
So like,
Yeah, I'm sure, like, you know, Sisyphus pushing his rock, I'm sure he liked going down a lot more than he did going back up.
right?
At least he gets a break then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mornings I feel like Sisyphus.
Yeah.
Although I can totally see me like high-fiving myself. I can see Kim high-fiving herself too. But, I can, but like just the tunk on the mirror, like literally hitting it. I think like that alone would just like make me laugh.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the little things.
Hey Dicelings, it's Becca, and I thought I'd pop back in at the end of the episode with a little small announcement of my own that I wanted to make for the Dice Girls. After y'all had a chance to kind of hear Kim's announcement. Don't worry, she will still be on our next episode since we split our sessions into 2 episodes, so you will still get to hear one more Kim-filled episode. And then after that, the girls and I are going back to playing D&D. So we're all pretty excited for that. I'm going to be DMing us. We are in the process of creating our characters. Their characters, and I'm creating NPCs, of course. Anyways, I'm very excited to hop back into D&D for a little while and just play a game again. I'm ready for it, and I think these girls are too. So we're super excited for it. And we just wanted to let y'all know and give you something good to look forward to. And thanks for listening. We love you, and I'll talk to you later.